Hello students, in last session we have discussed about loosely coupled architecture, tightly coupled architecture and computer module, the working of communication memory. In this session we are going to consider again the second part of loosely coupled architecture which consists of K-map, intra-cluster and inter-cluster communication. So before that we'll review the concepts. Multiprocessor system, which is an interconnection of two or more CPUs with memory and input-output equipment. The term processor in multiprocessor can mean either CPU or IOP. Multiprocessors are classified as multiple instruction stream, multiple data stream systems. So again, MIMD are classified into two categories. The first, which makes use of shared memory, which is called tightly coupled architecture, and second, which makes use of loosely coupled architecture, which made to consist of distributed memories attached to each of the processing elements. So we are going to consider loosely coupled multiprocessor, in which each processor has set of input-output devices and a large local memory. Computer module made to consist of processor, local memory and I/O interface. Processors in different communication memory communicates through message transferring system. So degree of coupling is loose here, which is determined by the communication topology of MTS. So it is considered to be efficient when the interactions are considered to be minimum. If we consider the computer module of LCS, it is made to consist of processor, local memory and I/O devices. So these are connected by using channel and arbiter switch. So if we consider the example CM star architecture, computer module architecture, so which consists of a local switch that is S local, which is similar to CAS, the arbiter switch. So S local intercepts and routes the processor request to the memory and I/O devices outside the computer module via the map bus. So it also accepts the references from the other computer modules to its local memory and I/O devices. So this can be done by using map bus. So next we'll consider clusters. Network of cluster. A cluster is considered to be a low level, so which is made of computer modules. Computer modules, K-map and map bus. So clustering can enhance the cooperative ability of the processor in a cluster to operate on shared data with low communication overhead. So it also provides hardware facilities to execute group of tightly coupled cooperating processes. So if we consider the components of cluster, which consists of K-map, then computer module and map bus. So next we'll consider K-map. So what is K-map? K-map is microprogrammed 150 nanocycle 3 processor complex with a common data memory. So it provides address mapping, communication and synchronization functions within the system. So three processors in the K-map are K-bus, link and P-map. So K-bus is the bus controller which arbitrates the request to the map bus. Link manages the communication between the K-map and the other K-map. P-map is the mapping processor which responds to the request from the K-bus and link. It also performs most of the request processing. The P-map communicates with the computer module in its cluster via map bus, which is a packet switched bus. So three sets of queues have been considered. First, in between K-bus and link, service queue and return queue. In between link and P-map, port 0 send queue and port 1 send queue. And in between K-bus and P-map, run queue and the out queue. So K-map is multi-programmed in order to handle up to 8 concurrent requests. Each of 8 partitions is called context and exists in the P-map. So typically each context processes one transaction. So these are about the components of K-map. So again the description is given here, the points are given here. The K-bus, which is the bus controller, arbitrates the request to the map bus. Link manages the communication between the K-map and the other K-map. P-map, mapping processor, responds to the request from the K-bus and the link. Performs most of the request processing. Three sets of queues provide the interfaces between the K-bus, link and P-map. K-map is multi-programmed to handle 8 concurrent requests, which results in 8 partitions called context. So next we'll consider intra-cluster communication. So in case of intra-cluster communication, the steps are So here we are going, steps are given here. So there are 9 steps. We are going to consider two computer models. The one computer model which is considered to be the source computer model or master computer model. Second computer model which is termed as slave computer model, or it is also termed as destination computer model. So master CM and slave CM. So from the K bus, whenever the processor of the computer model makes a non-local memory reference, then the CM is considered to be master CM. Whenever the requests are received by the computer model, then the computer model is termed as destination CM. So in response to the service request, K-bus allocates PMAP context and fetches the virtual address of the memory reference via the map bus. Furthermore, KBus activates the new context by placing an entry which contains the virtual address in the PMAP run queue. The PMAP context performs virtual to physical address translation via micro subroutine. So using the physical address, it can initiate physical memory access in any of the computer modules in its cluster. So the steps are: first step, processor initiates non-local memory access. So this processor initiates the non-local memory access. K-bus reads the virtual address from the master CM, and as a third step, so context activation waits in the run queue. PMAP microsubroutine performs the address translation. Fifth step, request for the memory cycle waits in out queue. Sixth step, K-bus sends the physical address to destination CM. Then destination CM steals memory cycle from its processor. Then as eighth step, K-bus gets return result back to the master CM and the processor continues. So all these are about the steps involved in intra-cluster communication. So again, the same steps are considered here. Whenever processor of computer module makes non-local reference, it is considered to be master CM. In response to service request, K-bus allocates the PMAP context and fetches the virtual address of the memory reference via the map bus. K-bus activates the new context containing the virtual address. PMAP context performs the virtual to physical address translation. Context is initiated invoking the K-bus operation by loading request into the K-bus out queue. PMAP makes context switch to another runnable context. KMAP services out request by sending physical address via map bus to destination CM. Destination CM completes the memory access, signals return request to KMAP. So all these are about intra-cluster communication. So coming to next type of communication, which is called inter-cluster communication. So in case of inter-cluster memory access, it is done by passing the messages via inter-cluster bus. So there are two types of messages which are considered to be forward message and return message. Forward message, which invokes new context at destination KMAP. It also contains source KMAP number and originating PMAP context number. Return message contains the context number of the context to be reactivated. So coming to the steps involved in intercluster memory access. So the memory access made to consist of the master KMAP and slave KMAP. There are two computer computer models. The first, which is master computer model, and second, which is considered to be destination computer model. So the different steps which are involved in the memory access. First step, the master KMAP receives the request from the master CM. So master KMAP prepares the intercluster message. As a third step, the message travels to slave KMAP. Slave KMAP decodes the request. Then, as a fifth step, return result sent back to the slave KMAP. Then, sixth step, return result sent back to the slave KMAP. As a seventh step, slave KMAP prepares the return intercluster message. So message returns to the master KMAP as the eighth step, and ninth step, master KMAP receives the return message and the result is sent to the master CM. So all these are about the steps involved in intercluster memory access. So intercluster memory access makes use of two KMAPs. First is master KMAP, second is slave KMAP. and two computer modules are involved. First is represented by master computer module, and second is slave computer module or destination computer module. So computer module which has the non-local reference, request for the non-local reference, it is termed as the source computer module or master computer module. Whenever these requests are received, then the computer module is represented by slave computer module or destination computer module. So the different steps, the first two steps which represents allocate the master context, second, then third, fourth steps which represents the allocate slave context, then 7 and 8, 9 represents the free slave context, and the last represents the free master context. So all these are about the intercluster memory access. So we have discussed about the computer module, then network of clusters, interclusters, then K-map, the contents of K-map. Then we have discussed about intra-cluster memory access, intercluster memory access.